well, I've been a little tourist today, so I've been in the museum. And then there was a floor who had evolution, no? That was the main topic. And it was very popular, otherwise it was not so many people. But it was like, and then kind of the, out of what you're saying, there has been, or there hasn't been any evolution, no? And also what came to me when I was there, it's so much about knowledge in a way, what we are kind of surrounded with. Even the museum, at school, or in like in the professions, you know, you have to know things, and out of that, I don't know if I'm having a question around it, but yeah, it came to me, you know, it's like old knowledge, and there were people, old Czech people who knew things, or famous Czech people who kind of had knowledge in a certain area, and they kind of had their own exhibition, and they were lifted up somehow. And also in education now, we're getting work. It's not like a PhD will do. No, you need almost more like a master or high degree. Not you need a lot of knowledge somehow even to get a job.
That's very important.
It's very important.
And that's me, because that knowledge about the past, maybe about history, it confirms that you exist. It confirms you've been there, and it's about me, and I'm important, or I want to be seen, or there's something going on, confirmed. So that's very strong. Yeah, that's in the story of me. Then knowledge is one of the how do you say, the pillars?
Pillars.
That to prove or to confirm that I exist and it's important and I'm important. All that. It's in the story, and it's all the time it's confirming, like, see, but it's science confirming that it's like that, so I'm right, and it's an endless about that. Well, and then, so this message of this, not even a message, but this talking, saying there's nothing happening and there's no time. It's like devastation. It's like destroying that whole identity and feeling I exist, and that can be really threatening. So people don't want to know about it or want to hear this, because that's too much. I don't exist. Hello. Of course I exist. And I can prove it. I was there. I have a picture, and all that. It's always about that. Or a lot of times. It's a lot of investment in that story, of course. So then it's because there's a lot of investment in that story and that identity and all that. So it's very threatening when they're saying, this is a complete other possibility. It's not about the story. It's a survival system. There's nothing happening. It's an appearance. No, this is real. All that. I know.
And also a funny part in that there was many children there, and I could see them being playful, no? And dancing in the stairs, and they had breaks, and it was like, oh gosh, and it was so alive in a way. And then you had the guards of the museum, and they were it's almost like dead, no? It was like such an opposite. They were standing there. I've apparently been standing here for years, no? And it was like, and then the children, like, just walking down the stairs, they were dancing, singing.
Well, that's about the aliveness. That's about free fall. And when there's that idea about, yeah, I want to be safe and I want to feel good, then there's a knowing going on. Like I live in this, and the safety, like I live in the street, and when I go walking this way, I know I'm at home and I feel good and all that. So that being safe and knowing is most of the time is that together. But then there's a loss of that aliveness, because it's a knowing and making it safe and more solid, and making it more solid, so that aliveness, that innocence is just not so much there anymore. So that, and then they're seeing their children, and they don't see history, that they can't. It's just that stairs, it's everything. So that's alive. Yeah. But it's also not safe, because children can fall or just like that. But they're not busy with that. Yeah. So this is also talking about, this is not safe. There's no knowing, so it's not safe. And it's just, there can be behavior. And maybe people got angry and you don't know. So in this way, it's just like a free fall. But that's also the freedom. So when there's trying to gather knowledge and being safe and more steady and that I exist and all that, it's the same time, it's like that the not so much that aliveness is not so much there anymore. So, and there's also a longing for that aliveness. So that's like a contradiction or so. But this is already freedom. So it doesn't matter if there's knowledge, but knowledge makes it like, in a way, it's like you have something in your hands and I'm here and this is going to be solid and I know and all that. So it's also aliveness in a certain way, but in that, like that way. It can be. And there's a seeing of those children, this is seeing the innocent or that something else. And that's a longing for that too, of course. Can be, or maybe it's far away. Yeah.
Children appear to be very interested in learning, don't they? And they learn things.
Yeah, it can be.
Learn how to read.
But there's me. When there's children, there's also me going on. So there's a lot of things going on about I'm here and I want to be loved. I want to be seen. I want to be special. I want to be all that. It's going on too.
Would you say, like, in the story, or whatever we're in here, it appears that children go to school to be educated. It's kind of, if the child wasn't in school, it wouldn't be possible. It might be, well, okay.
Yeah, but there's also me going on, and that whole story of me is, it's like 2-3 years old. It's already starting to go there. So it's about I'm here. It's about me. It's about me. So. I want to be special, I want to be the best in the class, I want to be, I don't know what. So that all those things, or I'm not good enough, so there can be the other side too.
But there is learning, doesn't there? Like
in the story. In the story, yes. Because that seems to be that, because that in the story it seems like knowledge and learning. It's like the life is about that, learning and all that. So that it's going along. Maybe it's not, but that's not so much said. It's not about learning.
Well, I'll challenge you a little bit. Do you remember during COVID you said you were doing nothing, all the meetings were stopped and everything, and then someone said try Zoom, and you learned how to use Zoom, yeah?
Yeah, that can be learned. In that way you can learn. Yeah. There can be practical things and then learning how to swim or, of course, But it can be also having information and reading and more information. It's the only thing, it's meaningless. It just can happen, but there's no meaning or importance in it at all. And in the story it seems like a lot of knowledge is really important, because without you can't live or all that.
it appears to have a progression.
Yeah, but in the story it appears like that. Yeah. But it's empty. So it's appearing like that. That story still goes on, but it's empty. Well, there's no importance in it. That's lost.
So when you say it's empty, it means it has no significance.
Yeah.
It has no reality.
Yeah.
That's
it's
the
just empty. There's nothing going
like
on. It's just
like
not
la,
meaningful.
la, 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 and there's nothing behind it.
Yeah. It's just not. Yeah. It's just that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, in Buddhism, the subject emptiness is they study emptiness.
You study
for years.
emptiness?
They study 20 years emptiness.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
there are hundreds of books about emptiness.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I studied that too.
Oh yeah.
Not for 20 years.
Oh wow. Okay.
I don't know what I was studying.
Yeah. It make it into something, and that's already, then there's something else going on. It's not something, but how can you tell it's not something? Because that's what we normally do. Everything is something, and you can speak about it or understand about it or all that. And then hearing it's not something, it's like, what do you mean? I can't explain. Well, that's the craziness of this. You can't grasp that. If it's not something, it's like, no, it's everything. And it's nothing at the same time. How can that be? And there's no need to study anything. It's already what is happening. That's amazing, because that simplicity, it's like hand, floor, a sensation. It's already, life is already. And we start, what is there to study? And then there can be a lot of knowledge, because we're looking at it and how to behave, how to deal with this. That's what we normally do. Well, that's the idea that I am here and I have to learn how to deal with whatever is going on. It's already. There is no one. So this is not, there's someone inside who needs to learn. It's just going by itself. So there's nothing to learn. That's amazing. It's already complete also. Complete, we think like perfection is like when there is no beliefs anymore or things like that. But perfection is that what is already happening. It's an appearance of a leg. Maybe you don't even know the name or not. It doesn't matter. It's just that. Oh, like baby. Look at, oh. It's just that. It's going nowhere. It doesn't mean anything. That's the freedom. And the simplicity. It's that simple. There's no, you can't even explain. How can you explain that? I don't know.
So may I ask of practical things? For example, my friend, she has a boy and she has a problem now with him in story. She wants to behave him different, at school special. But actually there is no him even. Everything what is being said to him or his behavior, it's just what's happened. So this is what's happened, but all thoughts about this, what should do, he must behave like this because of, it's just story.
It's a story.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is a story. There is also no...
If she believes that she has a power to tell him how to behave.
Of course, that's in the story. Everybody thinks I have I can decide and I can have a free will. He has a free will, so then the story is going on. But it's always the same story. There can be this story of another story. It's always the same story. About right and wrong. This is right, this is wrong.
Mm.
It's meaningless.
There's probably a good chance though, in a situation like that, energetically, if you were talking to that child, you would sense the pressure being off, yeah? You could sense like...
Oh, there can be, it's energetic what's going on.
Yeah, I would say that mother is probably all stressed out and the kid is probably getting stressed by that, but say, if he heard a message energetically, he'd probably...
Well, there's something going on, like this is not right and you should do it like that, and he doesn't know how to do because there's no choice. So that's the story endless.
It's going to make it worse, isn't it?
Well, talking like that is a story. So then it's trying to work it out and trying to figure out what's the maybe good or not good. I don't know. It's just a story. You can talk about other people or situations. It's the carpet. It's already here. It's not here, but it's already this.
Well, you were saying earlier, I liked it when, I've discovered like you can't really talk with this message to like my family or whatever. You don't really, it's nearly impossible to bring it up. And you said, your response, I liked it, you said, well, you don't have to talk in non-dual lingo, you can just...
No, it's what is being expressed or what's is it. It's energetic. It's not you doing it, and it's energetic. There's no one, that mother or father or brother. There's no one. So there's there's that talking, and there can be anything. I don't know, and it's not about right or wrong. It's what's apparently happens. Yeah.
But you have 3 children, yeah? Is it? Have you 3?
Yeah.
Do they hear this message?
No, not really. A bit, maybe. But the expression, the sharing is not in the story of saying there's no one or all that. It's what I said. It's more like there's nothing right or wrong, and that's going on. It's saying I love you, in a unconditional. When there's unconditional, then it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't mean like I'm saying it doesn't matter because that's something else.
Yeah.
There can be saying like, you say all the time that I have to change. No, I don't. Something like that. Or just a conversation like that.
But would your children, would you think they'd notice the difference than you said before?
I don't know, maybe. I can't, it's so different. What we normally do when there's the story and I'm living in the story is comparing something with other people or with something before.
It's always the...
And that something before, it's so quickly lost, so I can't remember how I was before all that, I don't know.
In the story, it seems like what we are, well, that's there is no we, but the happening that is happening is intentionally to feel more safe and secure. Like, I need somebody, the fire department, I need somebody to take care of our borders. We need help from our ally to be safe, and that's in the bigger picture. And then you have with the family, I need a vacation to be safe, to have a good job. and that's more an understanding now, but there is no safety.
No.
Not at all.
It's also no unsafety, it's
Yeah.
what is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's always when there's something going on, it's relating to yourself. There's this situation, oh, how do I feel about it? And there's always a relation. When there's me, it's relating with the situation or other people or all things. And when there's no relation, when there's no one, there's no relation with anything, not with other people or relating with the circumstance, it's not. So, I don't know. It's what is apparently a feeling. There can be a feeling. Yeah? Yeah.
Because if you were, because if you're safe, you're more likely to be relaxed also. And if you feel it's unsafe, then it's like more tension is likely to be there. Yeah.
So it's in the end a story about feeling good and
Exactly.
not feeling pain or awful. Yeah. 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 What normally is going on, maybe there's a tension. And then when that tension is there, when you're sitting all alone on the couch, it feels like, I feel so alone and I feel so tense. And when there's a frightening situation with a lot of, and there's tension, I think like, because of what's going on, I feel tension. So there's always a relation with that circumstance. It seems like it's because of that I'm feeling this.
Yeah.
But there's no relation, and that's crazy because we're so used to it's because of this is why, and because we want to, when there's a situation that's bad or feels uncomfortable, we want to be able to fix it. So this feels like, oh, but then when there's no one, what can I do when there's something not nice? No, it's not like that. So that's always relating to something like, I want to feel good, how can I deal with things? There's no dealing with anything.
No. And then is it dealing out of kind of apparent knowledge in a way, like maybe I should do that, and then I might be less
it can be.
or something. Yeah,
it can be.
Whatever.
Yeah. Or maybe there's that's the behavior in a certain way. It's like that, running away, or maybe. But it's just what's going on. It can be embodied. It's here too. There can be like behavior or what. Then sudden behavior, and then there's something happening, and there's running away. Yeah. So. Yeah.
The body is still in the survival mode now. Like it wants to survive, right?
There can be, there can
if
be.
there's a fire,
there can be, and then there's running away.
You would
There
try
can
to
be,
run away.
There can be.
Right, so that's the body.
There can be also a
acts.
freeze. That can happen too.
Yeah, but all these thoughts. How about if there is a fire?
Yeah.
Are not there.
That's the dream. That's the dream. And
That's
there
the
can be
difference.
any behavior. There can be a freeze, or fried. There can be a freeze, or I don't know, run away, or I don't know, anything. But that's what's apparently is happening.
Yeah.
And that idea about what you said, how do I do it, or how will I do it?
Yeah.
It's the dream that we can decide or choose.
All these thoughts are done by me.
No, it's not. It's energetic. There's
energetic?
thoughts. It's energetic. It's that whole construct. It's so energetic. So that can be there. Can be really convincing that it's there. It's a whole survival system. Me is a survival system. Also about how can I survive as a me in these threatening circumstances. And then everybody has different behavior or ideas. But it's also a dream, so it's a paradox. Also, it's so strange.
It is about not knowing, but the me doesn't know that it doesn't know. Is it right?
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Yeah. There's only not knowing, but there's also knowing in the story, like knowing and information. But it's meaningless. But it seems like it's very important in the story.
The me thinks it knows.
Yeah.
But it.
There is knowing and there's information and all that, but it's meaningless. That's more it. Can be knowing. There's nothing wrong with knowing. And when that's lost, that construct from this is important and have to do things, and there can be knowing or learning a language or all that. But it's just like that, without meaning or purpose. It's just what is going on, what is happening. It's in that way. The knowing can be very solid and real and important, and then there's information, and it's empty. It's just that. Can be enjoying knowing. So yeah.
So the birth and the death is also just what's happening.
It's a story. There's no birth or death.
Just a story.
Yeah.
It's like
we call it birth because we think in time how there's a beginning and an end. We call the death of me, but it's only in the story because there never was a me.
The death of me. And if the body dies?
And there's the body not moving, then that's there.
So that's the death of me as well.
Well, there was already no me, so there's no death. Yeah.
Yeah, there is this talking on how did your me fall away, or how did your parent me crumble, or and then there is no me.
No.
So there's no death of me.
No. There's also no death of me. So that's also a paradox, because we're also talking in like that me is just that survival system it's going on. Well, that's the paradox also. And that's because everything is real, what's being talked about, and maybe the fullness of being busy with it. But what's not heard is that it's empty at the same time. So then there's hearing the story of, there's being the survival of the me and all that. But what's not heard by me, or how can you say it, is that it's already empty. So there's nothing happening So, well, that like, oh, there's a story, and it's getting less and all that. That's hurt, because that's like being in the story, and you can understand, and there can be diminishing or all that. But that it's already not there, and that there's nothing happening. It's a dream. That's not hurt, because that's too frightening. There's no one existing.
And that's why there's no death, because there's already no one existing.
Yeah, there never was. So there's only talking in the story about there's me and all that, but in the same time, of course, it's a dream. So that's the paradox, because we talk in the story, and we used to talk in the story, then everything seems so real and solid. It isn't.
So there are some funerals, for example.
Funeral,
you know, so
yeah.
It just happened, but people somehow make from this such an important thing that
of course, because
they
there's an
go
attachment.
and now they like say goodbye to some person.
Yeah.
How great was.
Well,
for example.
It's believing there's someone there,
Yeah.
and there's an attachment or a relation,
Yeah.
and it's bringing something or not, or all that, the whole story. And then suddenly the story stops, so
Yeah.
there's a sadness maybe.
And you go for funeral.
Yeah, but that's what's happening.
Yeah,
There's
yes.
that sand, or
Yes.
look at children, they just dance there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it happen goes or not goes.
It's apparently happening, but it's not that there's death.
Yeah.
It doesn't confirm that it's death. It's an appearance of that box, or that, how do you say it?
Yeah, yes.
That's everything. And we assume there's someone in it and all.
Yeah.
That's that situation, that box there. That's everything. There's no meaning in that. It's life.
Yes.
Sanding, boxing, bodying.
Yes, but it can happen everything. Some people go to funerals, some people don't go. I mean,
No, it's not. There's no one going to the
I
funeral.
know there is no choice. It just happens.
No, but there's no one going. It's what is happening.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yes, I know.
that body is there,
Yeah.
standing.
Yes,
And that's
it
it.
happens that
That's
somebody
it.
standing there.
But there's
or not.
no. We are so. It's so
Yeah.
quickly. It's in
Yeah,
the story.
Yeah,
It's singular. It's so you can't even understand. But it's all that. It's here. It's all. It's like, oh, it's singular. It's body. It's bodying, sanding, talking maybe. Nothing has any meaning
Yeah.
or importance at all.
It's so nice.
Yeah. And it's an appearance. So there's nothing happening, and it's appearance of that box.
Yeah.
That's so it's an appearance, and then there's eating bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. It's also an appearance. Everything is an appearance. It's not real. Nothing is real. There's nothing happening, and it's an appearance of. It's like light. It's seeing like green and all that, and then making, because the brain can abstract. It's making in time all stories, and it's making up. I'm sitting here, and because of that, and the whole story starts. It's a dream.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening.
It's the same when you ask of Elon Musk. You know, it just happened. You know.
But some people say all the time, it's what's happening. It's a bit. I wouldn't say that in that way, because it's.
So when you ask,
Not
for
all
example, about some people, you know, so how to say? So there is no even, I don't know. For example, Trump. There is no even Trump.
Or
It
Trump.
only apparently happens.
It's information about.
It's information. Yes.
Yeah. Can be. Yeah. There's no Trump. There's no Rose.
Yes. Yes, it's the same. If some people say, okay, there is no.
There's also a mnemonica, because it's
yes.
easy to talk about something else.
Yes.
But
yes.
there's also a mnemonica
yes.
or rose.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something else. Like it's more easy to say there's no drum, okay, but there's no mnemonica.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
No, but from other side, from some people even, okay, there is no Monica, but maybe there is Trump or someone else, you know, can be even opposite. I mean, like, you know, no, I understand, yeah, no, I understand, yeah. Yeah.
But there's no one, there's even no Monica, there's no life of Monica.
Yeah.
It's singular, it's not happening with someone or to someone, it's what is happening. So it's a feed, that's everything. There's nothing to do with anything else than that feed. That's it. Apparently also.
But is there, you said there is no one, but is there a body of Rose?
No, it's an appearance of a body.
There is appearance, so it's not real.
No.
No. It's not like
never
it's
was.
real and unreal, it's not real
It's
at all.
apparently real.
It's apparently
There's
real.
nothing happening and it's apparently there's a body. Yeah. Now we're talking.
The head cannot spin around it somehow.
No.
No.
No. It's trying to, they're trying. Oh no. Oh, you're trying. But that's what's going on here.
It's like there's nothing and everything. I mean,
Sorry, that?
like there's nothing and everything. It doesn't make sense whatsoever.
That the everything is an appearance of everything. It's that there can be feelings or a couch or of course, but it's an appearance also.
And it's nothing at the same
It's
time.
nothing in the same time.
Well, so
Yeah, it's
How should
this
I
is
understand
impossible.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I went to, well, I'm not the only one, but going to physics, no, and then we had Mr. Einstein. He said like energy is like E squared mc, yeah, and then he's basically saying that matter is energy. In that, well, in his explanation somehow, and I don't know if you go that length, but
When there's someone looking, it will always be something.
yeah, okay, yeah, he's an observer somehow. Yeah, it's true. And also, if you go
So it doesn't occur, then that it's also nothing. So that's
With physicists, the science has come up. You can see it on YouTube.
Yeah.
They're saying clearly there is no free will, no choice.
Yeah, it's already starting there. Yeah, I heard that.
In science, huh?
Yeah. They're already discovering that.
That's amazing.
That's already amazing that it's not there.
And still not, I know it's concept, but still the doctor know now that your brain decided, or brain earlier than you say answer.
Yeah,
Still with this knowledge, no one somehow doesn't speak with this at school and everywhere. I know it will be still concept, you know, but even this knowledge, which doctors say and they don't know how to explain, or they say that it can be, I think, even 4 seconds. It can be even longer time than, for example, you decided what you want, coffee, and that can be even, I think, 4 seconds. And still it's just this knowledge, but no one cares I mean, from person. And
but there's still, I read a book about that.
yeah,
Something like there's no free will and choice. So you could say there's no one. But subtly in that book, in the end, there was subtly talking about something doing and all that. I thought, but you said but it's not seen like that.
They say this, but
still that's
another
so
proposition
strong.
from
So
like
strong.
a person.
That concept is so belief. It's so strong that there's someone.
Have you heard of a guy called Sam Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that book.
something going on.
He debated Jim Newman. The two of them were debating.
Oh,
it was
really?
very interesting.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Sam continually was trying to understand it, and Jim was kind of knocking him back. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on Jim's website. This talk is on Jim's
Yeah.
website.
I asked Jim Newman, was he going to have a second round, and he said no.
Yeah, the Sam's people, they hated him for that.
Oh, yeah.
And with Robert Salzman, he did.
He doesn't.
I think Jim did even this. No, maybe no Jim. Some people who did this session between Jim and Salzman, Robert Salzman.
Yeah.
And it's the same like with Harrison.
Tension.
But there is someone who believes that he is no me, and it was.
Well, it seemed like Salzman was constantly trying to.
Yeah, he's it's completely different. And now even you feel how this eye wants to explain that it's not like that, that there is no one. It's funny to hear this video, really, because you
It's the same
feel
story.
how strong he wants to say, no, I am like you, there is no one. And it's like when you listen to languages.
Yeah.
He has a long hair here, you know.
He's he takes the energy out of it.
It was very nice. I love this two videos, because in the end Jim even didn't speak, because I think.
What can you say?
The first time he tried, sometimes he tried, and sometimes he was very long quiet. So I think it was, and just say very shortly and they again.
That's what's happening very often in the meetings. Sometimes they ask Tony Parsons, it's like this, and he clearly replying, hey, no, that's not the case. And they are still pushing their own.
Of course,
own
because
thing.
it's so strong, it's so convincing. It's not only in your mind, it's energy, it's so going. It's just that, yeah.
Some people get very angry. I've been in
Okay,
Tony's
of
meetings.
course. Yeah, of course.
And the guy got really angry.
But for example, I was angry when I listened to this video, so I was angry too. I was angry of this guy. I don't know why, but I was really angry. You know, I was angry. I was angry. You know, for this Salzman, because.
You were angry at Salzman?
Yes, I was very angry when I listened to this. I was, you know, it was so.
You said you wanted to kill him.
No, I wanted to call him, shut up please, or something, because when I listen to this and his face, his position, how like
But there's anger. There's only anger. That's anger. It's not about him. It's not about anything.
Anger,
It's anger.
Yeah.
That's aliveness. That's life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people are arguing about politics and all the other topics, I don't know, science, whatever, and now just imagine if somebody is questioning their own personality or their own being.
Yeah.
Then that's real
That's
fight.
threatening. Whoa. Yeah.
They're fighting for life.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Of course.
And they're repeating it still again, thinking like, maybe you don't understand what I mean. No, I mean this. And he's like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes people have like psychedelic experience, and they, in that experience, they maybe see there is no one, and then they go back.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Telling everybody,
I
realize there is no one.
Yeah, there can be such an awakening, or it was very clear, and then me comes back, and it's so convincing, it's so normal, so it's not even seen or recognized that that's still me.
Funny is that it's still here.
But it's the only thing there is.
Yes.
And there can be an overlaying of those concepts and that idea that there's separation and everything is solid, and that all those beliefs can be there.
Yeah, they think like, I'm here and I want that freedom, what I've experienced.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is that the freedom is still here, but you should disappear.
No. There is already no you. So that the idea that there's something wrong, what you could say, me, is the idea or the belief that there's something wrong. There isn't.
And that's great.
And that's so convincing. It's already. When people, you say that, yeah, it's already complete. But I don't feel like that. I feel it's not, I'm not satisfied, or so there's that so embodied that it's about feeling free or feeling happy or whatever. And it's not. It's everything. And a lot of time, what I had too, that when there's a loss of all that meaning and all that like trying and all that, there's less and less. There can be in the story, there can be a loss of that, and then it's a kind of flat, and it can take a time. Sometimes it can take a long time or short. I don't know. It's like flat because that drive, that ambition, that wanting, it's just not. It's just seen and. It's suddenly, it's like, I can't do it anymore and all that. But there's not that, it's already everything. There's still that, now this is it, But it's like, And it's not yet like that, but it's also, that's too, that feeling or whatever is going on. It's everything.
Yeah, because before there was that drive. Because I'm gonna something.
And then it feels I'm really going.
I'm gonna know enough one day or something. And then you realize, oh shit.
Yeah.
There is nowhere to go.
Yeah. It's not always nice. Because that can be a feeling of not depressed, not really maybe, but really like and it's boring and it's what's the point and
matters,
That's what I heard. Somebody said that to me also. Like it's the desert.
It.
Sorry,
it's gonna be that flat.
Yeah, that's flat.
You get used to it. Like okay, maybe that's the case, and then.
Yeah, but it feels like there's still a search going on. It's like it's maybe it's saying it's okay, but it's not really because there's something still going on. It's like boring or depressed or all that, and it's not that it's everything yet. So then suddenly, or there can be some moments it can be like, it's energetic how that's going. And you can't think yourself out of that flatness. That's what normally is like, but this is everything, and saying that to yourself and all those concepts maybe. But it's not about that, it's about loss. But and you can't do that, of course.
Yeah. In other meetings, you are kind of fighting to be bigger and more important.
Or less important.
Or less important, or either like in a good way or whatever. What is sound good? Yeah. It's always something else is what's going on. It can't be this. It can't be like it's already. That's most of the time. And then there's in these meetings, it's like it is already, but a lot of times, yeah, but I don't want this. I want something else. I was looking for, and then blah, blah, blah. Yeah, of course, that's...
And after all the search, you come back and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
It didn't work, so it's like, oh God, and I, yeah.
But it can happen maybe, you know, that in stories some people, they never heard about this non-dual, they never think about this. They were mostly more happy or satisfied or successful, because some people have some success or not success, some have more success, some have less. So maybe that, so they get somehow in the story through this life, and they are happy with this style of life, even if they hear this message, and even they don't want to hear it because they are happy with their life, you know. So
yeah, of course, yeah, can be, whatever, yeah, it can be.
Because I don't know, because Tony spoke that one that somehow all people are seekers, so maybe all are seekers, but some of them maybe are quite satisfied.
Yeah, but
I know it's not about satisfying.
There's always most of the time there's something going on. Maybe it's not shown, but it's subtly like yeah, but what is this, and questions, and maybe there's a lot of happiness, but there can be a search, but it's not complete. There's something, but maybe not that obvious, but in another way it can be. In a way there's always a search when there's that me and there's that separation, but it can be shown in all kind of ways.
Yeah.
I suppose the ones that are very so-called successful, are very clever me's.
Yeah. Well, it can be successful, but that in a way, after a while, it can be also boring. That it's something like that. So there's all kind of ways of there's something missing. It's that.
Yeah, and sometimes people are like saying, okay, I got it all, fine, and now what I can do with all that?
Of course.
Again, there is no one who can do something with it, right?
It's not even there's no one who can do something, there is already no one. It's not about you can't do anything, it's because that seems like there's no one who can do something. There is already no one. There never was.
Start with,
This is not about the body. The body isn't real. Nothing is real. There's an appearance of bodying. So there's no life of Rose or somebody else. So there's no development, there's no time. So there's nothing happening. It's only the appearance of that sensation. There can be any sensation, pain, anger, footsteps.
Humans are sort of tricky, aren't they? I mean, we make things so complicated.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like we can do it, and with the brain it's very important, we can invent things. But it makes...
Like animals are just like, you know, if you look at a dog or cows, they have no agenda, just...
Yeah, it's just no agenda.
Life is innocent, isn't it?
Yeah. But also people, it's also innocent. It's what there's no one, so it's already innocent.
Yeah, but I suppose
But in the dream, there's a lot of complication about looking at it and making it into this is right and wrong and better.
That's
and
what
worse.
brings all the guilt and all the confusion.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, light. It's getting dark.
Maybe Eva was touching it a bit, but it's like I can relate to myself. It's like I've been, searching has been happening apparently for many years, not like years but decades. And then you're into, in the beginning I was into that, the counseling, and then spiritual search was coming up, and then all varieties of that, and now the latest is non-duality, you know. and then it's like the path of non-duality.
Well, of course.
And then it could be like that. I don't sense it is, but it's like because all the other path. I was there apparently, and they failed somehow. They didn't deliver.
Didn't deliver. That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, they were like, fuck. You see, you're running the treadmill and you're running faster, but you don't move an inch. No? And you invest a lot, and then you have this ambition, or there is a goal. And that was very helpful somehow. There was these goals in the end of the something. You have to be dedicated, you have to be total, but in
it's
10,
never
13
enough.
years, it will be delivered. You will be enlightened or whatever. And now we have non-duality.
And then there, of course, there's that same expectation and that same like trying, of course, because that's the only thing we know. And then so that there's some expectation or some trying or what understanding and all that. And even if they're saying there's no understanding, it's trying to understand. Of course, that's how it's going. It's so energetic.
Understanding, there's no understanding.
So
then you're on the path. Well,
I know. It's not about no. No, I know. Oh, really? Yeah, but that. Oh, really? Yeah.
I think it's the same, especially for people who change partners. I mean, more, you know, you're looking for someone that he satisfied you, you know, and it's never-ending story. So usually you change another and another and another.
Yeah, it's the same story.
If there is focus that someone have to make you happy in this way, usually you cannot find it.
It's the same.
You know?
And that is looking into meetings and trying to find that happy or happiness. We have an idea about what is alignment, and it's somewhere it's personal. Of course, because it's looking for yourself. Of course. So it isn't most of that. It isn't heard that there's no one. There's no one existing. That's okay. There's no one. What is there for me? Because there's a development, and that's how it's going. Because that's so convincing. It's so energetic, so strong, and it's not wrong or right. It's how it's going, and it's subtly not or strongly not hearing. There is already no one. There's no one, there's even no life of someone, there's nothing going on, it's an appearance. I didn't hear that for many, 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 many years. I thought he was, like when I was going to Tony Parsons, he was never talking about that. I thought that. Okay, yeah, of course. That's so, it's just, if that's not heard, it's not heard. But it doesn't matter. It's already, so it really doesn't matter because it's everything. But when there's me going on, it matters because it feels like there's still that. So there's the search going on. So in that way, it matters. So hearing it doesn't matter. It's really strange that it not. Then maybe you say to yourself, "Oh, there's this," but it doesn't matter. Saying to yourself because that's the new concept. It's so clever. That whole system is so clever. Yeah?
Because me is existential.
Yeah, it's about wanting to continue.
Cannot never understand what is it because me explain like existential. So it can be never understand by me.
No, but it doesn't. Me want to continue, so it finds all kind of clever ways to continue. Of course, it's energetic. It's not you doing it. It's energetic how that's going.
This is the worst. This is not your choice.
No, of course not. And so there's also, and that's one of the things. It's not right or wrong. Because that's what you're still in that me construct. You're still there. It's you believing that. You're still believing there's a free will. I'm not believing, it's not like that. It's just so energetic that there's no one. So there's not doing something wrong or right. It's what is apparently happening. It doesn't make any sense. It's not important at all. It's already complete. So life isn't interested in that whole search or whatever is going on. It's what it is already. It's singular. But it doesn't matter if you think like, oh, how is that singular? It doesn't matter. But that's crazy. It's already. There's no need to do anything or that there's nowhere to go. It's like, but is this already? Yeah, it's like, you can't understand that. You don't need to.
But I suppose we can see, I hear what you're saying and I really resonate with it and I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But I still think there's a me here. What can I say? Like, you're lucky your me is gone, is it? You know, it's kind of tough look, my me is here,
that can be, that can be, I believe.
But there's a real resonance with what you're saying as well.
Yeah.
But I'm stuck with me.
Yeah.
And he's not going anywhere. Well, it's energetic if it leaves, isn't it?
Well, those ideas can arise, and that's you could say it's sticky. It's important, or it's like, oh, there's still me going on. Oh, I feel that, there's still me going on. It's already that taking it home and busy with that. What can happen is that still arises, but there's nothing doing. It's like, oh, and then it's already gone.
Yeah, well, it's much more relaxed about it, right?
Yeah.
But
that's the energetic part.
Yeah, the relaxation.
No, it's not relaxation. It's just, it's not sticky. It's just, there can be taking it home and being busy with it, or it isn't. And that's energetic. But it's not about you. It has already, it's no you. And this is also energetic. So in the meeting, there can be hearing the words and all that. The words, that's energetic too, of course. But it's not about understanding or all that. It's already energetic going on, and maybe not noticed, but it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yep. It's impossible to imagine, because if we lose car, if we lose a house, it's still like external object. But if we are losing ourselves, or we believed we are, that's impossible to imagine what it is like. But if it's really happening, slowly it's dissolving with all the ambitions, as you
say.
And you are questioning it, like, who am I?
Yeah.
And you are not answering what, but you are just asking and still questioning it, and then it's happening.
But that whole, there can be a lot of beliefs about I am here and I have to do something or whatever beliefs they are, and they are not that. There can be like a loss of the importance of those beliefs, so that there can be like a loss and then not that strong anymore. You can't believe it. How could I believe that? So I know it's somewhere is not that strong anymore. That's energetic what can be going on here, and then it's a loss of that. And it's not the whole day, or it's not felt. Yeah. It can be feeling miserable or very tired or all that. So it's not like when you feel good, then it's working well. That sometimes it's completely like it's like feeling shit, and then that's what's going on. Yeah. It's so different. You can't say, there's no rule in how that's going. It has nothing to do with relaxation. There can be, but it's completely the opposite can happen too.
You can kill someone.
There is no one.
But I mean, you have no choice. There is no choice. Everything is possible.
You say it's energetic. It's more. Would you say it's more about resonance, or is not this?
Yeah, there can be resonance, but how that those it's talking in the story. There can be concepts or beliefs about something, and then this is energetic. So there's no confirming that there's someone or trying to do something with all things. So that those beliefs that whole construct is trying, and then it falls a bit apart because there's nothing going on like trying to keep it, because that's what's happening all day. Like there's trying to keep it together in some way, and then all kind of ways. Everybody's different, so it's keeping it together. And then in these meetings, it's just it can't, because it needs something confirming or being busy with it, and so that falls a bit apart. So that can happen. So the concepts and beliefs are not that strong anymore. Most of the time it's something going on like that. So what is resonance? That that's something else. There can be a hearing, but that's also energetic. And then there's an opening or somewhere. So there's a loss of things. But it's not doing, because it's loss. You can't do that. It's about loss. So it's a lot of times people are very tired after that, or tired or something like that. It doesn't need to, but it can be, because there's a lot of exhaustion and being tension and being busy with trying and all that in all kind of ways. And here it's not confirmed. There's nothing going on, so it falls a bit apart, and you don't know what's happening. It doesn't feel, most of the time it only can feel good or not good. That's different. So there's nothing to grasp. That's strange. It can also be like, oh, it's different. It's about nothing. It's going nowhere. Oh, it's already. Oh, something like that. It can be like that, because it's not so much in the mind, but somewhere energetically. It's like, oh, and there's a lot of trying to hold it together, because there's something somewhere. There's something going on, longing for nothing, and somewhere there's something like there is already no one. That's the resonance somewhere. But there's also that belief there is, and how can I reach that, or how can I, and the doing is so strong, so we go and trying and all that, and then in this meeting it's like, oh, and it's not even in the only in the questions. That can also be not asking anything. It's like that. So it's falling a bit apart, or not having any questions anymore. Sometimes it's also like that. So it's falling a bit like, yeah, sitting and nothing is going on. That's how it is.
Well, you know, so here it's like checkmate. It's like everywhere you turn, you're cornered. I think there's no. I just know there's no open thing. There's no.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no the noticing what's here. There's no noticing of what's going on.
I'm asking questions like, and I know it's hopeless. There's no point.
Oh, yeah.
But I still ask them.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, that's stronger than that. Yeah, it's stronger. Yeah.
But it's good. Like I like it as well.
Yeah.
Let's ask again. Maybe something has changed.
Yeah.
We'll see. Just to make sure.
Yeah.
So resonation is also a story. There is no resonation.
There's resonance like that, but
But it's just a story also. Resonance is a story, no? Can you say that there is no resonance?
I don't know. I don't know. No, I would say can be resonance, but it's in the story of me. When there's me, there's resonance. There can be resonance, yeah. But it doesn't matter if it's story or not. There's a resonance and there's something going on, but you don't know where or what or how. But somewhere, there's a feeling of this. This is really. There is no one. There's nothing going on, and then, but that other thing like believing in that there's someone. It can be also very strong. Yeah.
It's like to resonate with the song, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
I
don't know why there's no reason. It's just, I like that song.
Yeah.
Just really
Well, this is not about liking. There's somewhere there's a, I don't know, knowing maybe. No, it's not really knowing, but somewhere it's like, oh.
Intuition maybe?
Intuition. Yeah, something, it's like that. Yeah, I already knew somewhere. Yeah, something like that.
It's inner, yes.
Yeah.
So when you say there is no distance, is it just the brain that makes it a distance?
We can abstract, so we can see and believe and understand that there's before and there's after, or behind and before.
How about the measuring? When we measure, you are 3 meters from me.
Yeah. So measure is one of the parts of that story, of course. Yeah. But it's crazy to hear that in the same time there's no distance.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So nothing is going anywhere. Because that's part of the story of distance, is that there's it's time, it's development, but it's also going somewhere. Not going somewhere, it is.
So it's just from the brain point of view that it sees the development and you know, we used to live in caves and now we live in beautiful apartments.
Yeah.
That's we call it development.
Yeah, and it's about the brain can abstract, and that's in so many ways that there can be understanding. There can be looking at a movie and filling in the gaps, because that's what it normally does. There's no continuation, but the brain can fill in the gaps, and so it seems like there's some people that say, and the whole day I was depressed. No, you're not. It's that moment that there's something going on, like, oh, yeah, I'm so depressed, and be assuming it's the whole day. But there's a lot of times of the day there's nothing going on, there's just sitting, no thinking maybe even, or maybe they're thinking, and there's something else going on, and then suddenly like, oh, yeah, how do I feel? Oh, yes, it's still there. And so there's a lot of conclusions going on, because a lot of beliefs about what's going on. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're talking about, that when those assumptions and concepts and beliefs and all that is not that strong anymore, that the whole world is falling apart, because we have so many assumptions about how things are, and when that's not so strong, it's suddenly like, what I noticed one moment, I didn't even hear of this, but then suddenly I walked through the floor, and it wasn't even scary, but I was, oh, it's not solid, oh. And then I forgot. But it's like that, because we're so convinced everything, so we see it and we don't. And then suddenly maybe it's not that strong, and then suddenly it's like, oh, it's different. Oh, and that can happen also in these meetings or something like that, because that's all those. It's like making it into solid and something and all that, and it isn't. It's energy. It's an appearance.
So when we say there is no universe, it's because it's just an assumption that there is a universe. That's why there is no universe, because it's just an assumption.
Yeah, it's this. This is what's happening. How do you know? Where is the world? What is that?
And so more and more we have this information.
Yeah.
Just information. It's like skladanka. We make bigger words.
Yeah, it
now
makes
it's big enough our planet, so now have more planets. And we make the world more bigger.
Confirming that everything is real. I am real, because that's very important. So that's going on. When not everything is real, it's that shaking, that belief that I'm real too, that everything is not real, okay, but I am not real, that's something else. I can hear it and understand it, but that's something else. Then suddenly it's more obvious that there's no one. That's something else. And that's what a lot of times is going on, that understanding that there's no one. That's safe in a way. There's no one. And But suddenly it's like, oh my God, what? Oh, that's what's going on. That's what's being met. Oh, that's something else. Yeah.
That's serious.
Of course. Now we're talking about something. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. Now we're talking. Oh my God, I don't want this.
There's really nobody.
Yeah. There's really no me. Yeah. Well, it's like that. Yeah.
It's really no me.
Yeah.
It's not just the concept.
Yeah.
You get a bit of comfort out of the concept.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's like a comfort blanket.
Yeah, and it's like a loss, and then and there are people are like, that's what I always longed for, that know me and all those concepts, and it feels like it was an old friend. It was always there, something. It's like comforting and all that, and that's suddenly falling apart. Like, oh my God, what's going on here? It can be really, stunning, but it's also like, whoa. So it's not
lost,
only like nice. Sorry?
It's a total loss.
It's a loss. Yeah, sure.
After like 20 years of meditating on nothing, on emptiness.
Yeah.
And after the 20 years, you're like, oh shit!
Yeah.
And we always or very often mention kids, how free they are. Is it also the case with older people? the older they get, it's kind of dissolving all these ideas.
That time concept is not that important anymore, so there's a lot of that too.
And are they like returning that free state slowly or not?
That depends. So it's so different, but because they can be holding on very strongly in a different way. Maybe time. Some things are maybe not that strong, but it's still me going on. Yeah.
Sometimes it's even stronger.
It can be,
I was always
sure.
right.
Yeah.
I think it can be both.
That's
yeah.
Some people are important the last breath, I think, and maybe even after.
For other people.
I mean, for example, I know people who say, for example, you know, I want this when I die, and you cannot visit my funeral, for example. You know, so you plan even not live, I mean, but even because they...
After I will be there too,
I will be checking if you're there.
So not enough when they alive, but even after that.
Yeah, sure.
What a surprise, you are not here right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just an explanation, but sometimes the concept or hologram comes up. It's like a hologram
like
somehow.
that. Yeah, can be something like that. Yeah.
Because it's not real, but
it's not real, but it's still you can. Yeah. But also feelings and that. Because a hologram hasn't that. Well,
but you can have holograms.
Then you can see. I don't know. The sensations and the hearing and. It's not hearing, it's also that it's not hearing, it's only hearing sound. No, there's sound. It's not hearing sound, there's sounds. That's also different. Because some people are talking about it's only hearing sounds. No, it's sounds, it's walling. It's not seeing walling, it's walling.
Yeah.
It's completely... Because seeing is suddenly there's something going on between here and there. Yeah.
And you say often like nothing is watering or tabling or flooring.
Yeah.
What does it mean? It's that emptiness, which apparently is something.
It's empty and it's full together. So there's nothing, and it's appearing as a table.
Something, but it's still nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's an appearance. It's not real. Yeah, it's nothing, and it's together. Together like that. No, well, I can't explain, but it's
So, of course, duality. There are differences, many things, but then there is oneness.
Yeah.
But it's even less. It's nothing.
It's nothing, and it's appearing as something. Yeah. No, it's not something. It's appearing as a table. It's not something.
Because if you want to speak and talk about oneness, there must be something. But there is not even something.
No. Because something, it's already divided. There is not something. There is nothing, and it's everything. But it's like carpeting it's not something, it's an appearance. Something makes it, in a subtle way, it makes it real. Yeah. No, it's not something, it's nothing and it's everything. And how can you say it's everything? Well, and that's carpeting, it's that without feeling or whatever it's going on. Can't work it out.
Yeah, I just tried.
Yeah.
So this nothing.
Yeah.
Is that the same like if you would say an energy? Because energy is nothing.
No, it's not even energy. There's nothing, and that appearance is energy.
Energy, to touch energy, see energy, you don't. That's impossible.
No, there's nothing happening, and the energy. What's energy is everything. Is there's an appearance of table or that.
Exactly. So this energy somehow has some vibration, or I don't know.
Yeah, something.
And it appears as table, or
it's seen like because it's
But at the same time, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Because energy is nothing.
Yeah, it's also nothing.
You cannot touch it. You cannot see it.
No, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
So I figured that out. No.
You can try.
But it's funny that in the story we know, for example, that there's this atom and this small quartz, and we even know it, you know, that there is no like this. But we know it in story many years, but it doesn't work, you know.
No.
Because
so the knowing, it can be something, it can give like, there's a relief, I know, and that's why we do it, because that feels a bit like, okay, that now I know, it's clear and all that. So that's why we try it.
Makes you happy.
But in a way, and then this is going so like, this is anchor that you can't even, maybe some people can, mostly it's just incomprehensible. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. Why should you? Because it's the table. It's that table is it, or that hand, or a feeling. It's sitting. It's already everything. It can't be not it. It's everything what's going on is it. So there's no need to look for it, because that looking or being is that sensation is it. Tension is it. It doesn't matter what's going on. There's nothing right or wrong, that there's no dividing. It's what it is already. So it's that sitting in a certain way, or that behaving, or that, or it doesn't matter. It's everything. Everything is everything. And that's the unconditional. This is unconditional love. Life is unconditional love. There are no conditions. It's just everything. This is it, that. You don't need to say it to yourself. It's already, thoughts are it. It doesn't matter. So it's already complete as it is. Thank you.
Thank you.